Students, in this video we will discuss about chapter 2nd, part 3. In this part, we will discuss about the ways in which company expanded its rule in India, right? Expanded its rule in India, especially during the period 1757 to 1857. We divided the ways in which company expanded its rule in India into two parts. First, through the policies, adopting policies, and second, through the wars, right? Policies, especially we will discuss about three policies: subsidiary alliance, 1798, paramountcy policy, claim of paramountcy, doctrine of lapse, 1848, Mysore, wars with Mysore, consecutive wars with Marathas, and Sikhs. So we'll discuss in detail, right? So first was subsidiary alliance. Richard Wellesley came in India in 1798 and performed the duties as Governor General of Bengal till 1805. Wellesley adopted a policy, subsidiary alliance, and there were two main features of this policy: British president appointed in the court of the local ruler and subsidiary force, right? So two conditions were there. This alliance was signed with the Indian rulers, right? There were two conditions. First was that the ruler had to keep British resident in his court, right? The main purpose of the British for appointment of British resident was to know the information, internal information, or about the incidents, internal affairs, and all the decisions taken by the ruler. So through the British resident they could know easily. Second was subsidiary force. It was one kind of military, means military of the British people, and the king, the ruler who signed this treaty, had to keep the expenditure, right? Had to spend the expenditure, maintenance of this force, and in case of any attack, this force would help the Indian ruler. So if the ruler, right, is not capable, or he did not pay the force and did not pay the expenditure for the maintenance of the force, so the territory of the ruler was mixed in with the British, right? So this was the subsidiary alliance. Hyderabad and half of Awadh, right, adopted this policy. The Nizam of Hyderabad were the first to adopt this policy, subsidiary alliance. Next is the claim to paramountcy. This was the policy adopted by Lord Hastings, declared in 1813 to 1823. He was the Governor General of India, Lord Hastings. According to this policy, paramountcy means the British was the supreme. The authority of the British was paramount or considered supreme. But this policy was not considered unchallenged, because some people challenged this. For example, Rani Channamma. She was Rani in Kittur of Karnataka, right? She completely opposed this policy and she was arrested by the British in 1824, and later she died in prison in 1829. After her death, Raina, a chokidar of Kittur in Sangoli, right, he resisted against the British, against this policy, but later he was arrested and hanged in 1830. So this was the claim to paramountcy. Through this policy, the British wanted to suppress their control over the Indian rulers. The next is doctrine of lapse. This was another policy through which the British controlled over Indian rulers and their territories. This policy was adopted by, introduced in India by Lord Dalhousie, who came in India in 1848 and served till 1856. He was the Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie. According to this policy, any ruler, if any Indian ruler died without the male heir, died without male heir, his or her means the territory would be become the part of the British. It means the territory would be mingled in the British. So this was the policy. According to this policy, Satara in 1848 it was mixed up and annexed by the British in 1848. Sambalpur was annexed through this policy in 1850 and Udaipur in 1852. Nagpur in 1853, Jhansi, you know very well about this Jhansi, 1854, and one more state, Awadh. Awadh was annexed in 1856. Whether one more allegation was there of misgovernment, right? Misgovernment over the Nawab of Awadh, and this was also annexed in 1856. So this was the policy of doctrine of lapse. If any Indian ruler died without the male heir, so his territory would be annexed by the British people, right, and mixed with the British territory. Second policy was wars, means through the wars some states or territories were annexed by the British, right. Mysore was one of them. Mysore was a very powerful kingdom at that under Hyder Ali. So the first Anglo-Mysore war fought from 1767 to 69. In this war, Hyder Ali defeated the British. In the second Anglo-Mysore war in 1780 to 84, Tipu Sultan, finally Tipu Sultan also annexed some territories of the British. Whether this war was started by Hyder Ali in 1780, but in 1782 Hyder Ali was died, right? At 1782, Tipu Sultan became the king of Mysore and he defeated the British in 1784. Third Mysore War, 1792-1792. In this war, Tipu Sultan was defeated by the British and after that some territories were taken by the British. Fourth and last Anglo-Mysore war was fought in 1799 in Serinapatnam, in which Tipu Sultan died. And Mysore was completely annexed by the British in 1799. Now we discuss that how Marathas were, the empire of Marathas and kingdom of Marathas was ended and their territories was adopted or annexed by the British. Marathas very powerful kingdoms in the center or the western part of India, but in 1761 in the third battle of Panipat, right, Marathas were defeated very badly by the Ahmad Shah Abdali army. But after that, Marathas were divided into various kinds of parts like Peshwas, under Peshwas, Confederacy of Peshwas, Sindhyas, Holkar, Gaikwad and Bhosle. So these were different kinds of means territories were divided under these kinds of Subedars or the Sardars. But later the British defeated Marathas in three wars. In the first war, first Anglo-Maratha war was fought between 1775 to 1782. According to Treaty of Salbai, this war was ended, in which Marathas were defeated. In second Maratha war in 1803 to 1806, according to Treaty of Bassein, Marathas were defeated. And finally, in the third battle of Anglo-Maratha war in 1817 to 1819, Marathas were completely defeated, right? And British annexed all the territories of Marathas. Sikhs used to rule over the area of Punjab. So now we'll discuss that how Sikhs defeated by the British, right, Punjab. After the death of Ranjit Singh, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, in 1839, the British fought two wars against the Sikhs. First Anglo-Sikh War in 1845 to 1846. This war ended with the defeating of the Sikhs according to Treaty of Lahore. And in the second war, 1848 to 1849, Sikhs were completely defeated and Punjab was annexed by the British in 1849 completely. So in this day we discussed about the company rule expands, right? How the company, British company, expanded its rule in India from this period, means during this period 1757 to 1857. So in this video, right, we have discussed these main concepts or the points. I hope that you understood. You have to revise, watch this video again if you don't understand. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me by writing in the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day.